is gone. Do you remember? Days were short round here. Everything happened far too fast for me. All I see is beautiful engines and remains. You and I seeking for faces that won't go away. Are you gonna see me when my last breath is gone? All of our lives are ahead of us. Till then, all I see is beautiful engines and remains. You and I seeking for faces that won't go away. Be my home, 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 be my home.
Hello guys, welcome back to the Unknown Show with Kra-Z Wren-A. I found a beautiful thing to read here. A person put it on Facebook right now, and I told them I'm going to read it on the show right now, so hopefully they come and listen. So I don't know what this is about yet. It's really long, so I'm just going to read it because it started out pretty good. I don't know what it's about, so we'll find out. It's a surprise to me too. Okay. I can escape from the world I see by giving up attack thoughts. My idea for today contains the only way out of fear that will ever succeed. Nothing else will work. Everything else is meaningless. But this way cannot fail. Every thought you have makes up some segment of the world you see. It is with your thoughts, then, that we must work if your perception of the world is to be changed. If the cause of the world you see is attack thoughts, you must learn that it is these thoughts which you do not want. There is no point in lamenting the world. There is no point in trying to change the world. It is incapable of change because it is merely an effect. But there is indeed a point of changing your thoughts about the world. Here you are changing the cause. The effect will change automatically. The world you see is a vengeful world, and everything in it is a symbol of vengeance. Each of your perceptions of external reality is a pictorial representation of your own attack thoughts. One can well ask if this can be called seeing. It's not Is not fantasy a better word for such a process, and hallucination a more appropriate term for the result? You see the world that you have made, but you do not see yourself as the image maker. You cannot be saved from the world, but you can escape from its cause. This is what salvation means. For where is the world you see when its cause is gone? That's a question. Vision already holds a replacement for everything you think you see now. Loveliness can light your images and so transform them that you will love them, even though they were made of hate, for you will not be making them alone. The idea for today introduces the thought that you are not trapped in the world you see, because its cause can be changed. The change requires first that the cause be identified and then let go, so that it can be replaced. The first two steps in this process require your cooperation. The final one does not. Your images have already been replaced. By taking the first two steps, you will see that this is so. Besides using it throughout the day as need arises, 5 practice periods are required in applying today's idea. As you look about you, repeat the idea slowly to yourself first, and then close your eyes and devote a minute to searching your mind for as many attack thoughts as occur to you. As each one crosses your mind, say, I can escape from the world I see by giving up attack thoughts about blank. Hold each attack thought in mind as you say this, and then dismiss that thought and go on to the next. In the practice periods, be sure to include both of your thoughts of attacking and being attacked. Their effects are exactly the same because they are exactly the same. You do not recognize this as yet, and you are asked at this time only to treat them as the same in today's practice periods. We are still at the stage of identifying the cause of the world you see. When you finally learn that thoughts of the attack and being attacked are not different, you will be ready to let the cause go. That's really interesting. I don't have attack thoughts, but some people do. Seriously do. Some people really have the attack thoughts. And there's a lot of things to be thought of about what's going on in the world these days. And if he's talking about being attacked, like being attacked by government officials or police or whatever, I can understand what he's talking about. I think that's what he's talking about, but I'm not really sure. So anyway, that was neat. I thought that was a really neat thing to read, and I didn't have anything to read anyway, so that's a good thing to read for me, I thought. So let me have a drink. I need a drink. I'm thirsty. I woke up so thirsty today, I thought I was living in the Sahara Desert. I know, my throat has been like weird lately, so that's why I haven't been doing many shows. I'm like, maybe I have a strep throat or something. I don't know what's wrong. Swallow. Okay. So, yeah, it kind of reminds, I was going to talk about before that, I was playing that song, and before that, and it kind of reminded me of death. So I was thinking about talking about death, but I don't know what to talk about death. All I know is it's nothing to be afraid of, but don't go do it, Like, don't go committing suicide, because that's a stupid thing to do. But it's nothing to be afraid of, because we have a lot to look forward to. This time on Earth is just a short time, I believe. It's a very short time, just to experience things and also be tested. Okay? And I think that a lot of people are afraid of death, but I think maybe the people that should be afraid are the people that are doing some really wrong things, like going out and killing people, especially innocent people and children. They're the people that need to be afraid. All the rest of us, I don't think we're that bad. We might do some bad things, but I really do think that we'd be forgiven for some of that stuff. I really do. I think that, but the other people and the government and stuff, they really got something to worry about. I'm telling you what, they really must watch themselves, because they've really done some really bad things, and I don't know if the Lord will forgive that. Seriously, I don't know, but that's not up to me. But just telling them, hey, watch out, Rothschilds and Obama, you guys really doing things wrong, okay? I just thought I'd tell you that. But all the other people, don't be afraid of death. There's nothing to worry about. It's actually lovely. It doesn't hurt, okay? When you leave your body, it doesn't hurt. I've left my body. I know, okay? I've had an afterlife death experience. I went up in the clouds. I saw my deceased family members up there, 3 of them. They were in the clouds and we were hugging. But when we hugged, I didn't feel like a body. I felt love. Really strange, huh? And then I heard God's voice when I was there. And then I also remember entering my body and feeling the pain when I came back to earth. Okay? When I came down from the clouds, went back into my body, I felt the pain instantly. But when I was out of my body, there's no pain, okay? The pain's gone. All pain is gone, because I had a car accident, so I was hurting, okay? Everything was aching. So the pain, there's no pain up there, okay? And especially if you're in spirit, there's no such thing as pain, because you don't have a body to have pain with, okay? But you're in spirit, so you have awareness. You're aware of everything, and but you don't remember. This one thing I don't remember is going from the planet, from my body, from the planet down on the ground to the clouds. It was like you were just out of the body, and you were right there on Earth, and then you were up in the clouds the next second. You didn't. There was no flying. I didn't fly. I didn't arise. I didn't arise into the sky or get sucked up into the sky. Nothing. I don't remember anything like that. It was just there on Earth and there in the clouds, just like that. Boom, boom. So I think your spirit just goes where it wants to go instantaneously. There is no travel, okay? But there's awareness. You know where you're at. You know who you're talking to. I talked to my deceased relatives. I was so happy to see them. They were happy to see me. But then it wasn't my time, and the Lord told me it wasn't my time. I had to go back. I had to go do something. So here I am. I'm back, and I'm doing something, I think. So to those of you that are afraid, don't be afraid. There's nothing to be afraid of. Unless you commit suicide. Don't do that. Because then you're going to have something to be afraid of. Because you're in the good book, you're not supposed to be committing suicide, okay? If you're in great deal of pain, then get some, good medicine for that. Because that's the only way you're going to be able to deal with pain. But, some people get patches and stuff like that for the pain. I mean, I've had shots one time in the hospital. They gave me a shot. I had this horrible migraine. It was worse than a migraine. It was like what do they call that thing? I can't remember what you call it, but it was worse than a migraine. And I actually was driving and crying. It was hurting so bad, and I drove myself to the hospital, and got there, and I had to wait 20 minutes. I had my head between my legs because I couldn't even have my head up in the air because I hurt that. Oh, it was a cluster headache, called a cluster